Well, hey, and welcome back to another episode of Market Monday. We are going to see what's happening in your neighborhood. You're here with me, Tanya the Realtor. And as always, we are going to just pick a zip code and figure out what's happening in that area and see what we come up with. So I'm glad you're here to join me. Definitely like, share, comment, subscribe, hit your notification bell so that you know every time I upload another video. And let's see where we end up today. Well, look what we landed. We are in the 48221 zip code. And if you're not sure where 48221 is, it is bordered by West 8 Mile to the north, and the south is 6 Mile. And then to the east, you have Woodward, and to the west, you've got Livernois. So again, we're 8 Mile to 6 Mile and Woodward to Livernois area. And I'm excited to see what's happening there. I'm excited to explore the 48221 zip code, and let's see what we're going to come up with. So, with every journey that we take, I put in active listings only, and then I search the specific area. Again, in this case, I did the zip code of 48221, and guess what our price point is? As you can see here, you can get a house for as little as $4,500, but don't be fooled. You got lots of repairs to this home, and definitely this one is a land bank property, so there are some stipulations that would come with this house, even though it's at a meager price of $4,500. The highest priced in the 48221 is this one here for guess what? This whopping $750,000 at the end. We're going to see, is it worth it? Is it not? Only you can determine. But hey, let's move along and see what is in between these two price points. What we're going to find in the 48221 zip code. Now that we know our price range, we can look at what the inventory is, and we can see that we have 169 active listings. There is one coming soon, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into that later on. And if those of you who need to lease a property, there are 30 lease options available in this zip code. Now, as you can see, I've taken you over here to this property, and it's for $54,900. It is a two-bedroom, one bath at 724 square feet. Now, yes, were there properties less expensive? Absolutely, there were a few. Not many, but there were a few from that $4,500 one I showed you up to this 54.9. There's a few properties in between that, but I wanted to show you that even at 54.9, a two-bedroom, one bath, not bad. This home looks like it's, decent on the outside, and even looking at the pictures here on the inside, this is definitely a home that looks like, you can move right into. And again, I always tell you, you can make changes later on. But for 54.9, this is a pretty good option for someone who is looking for a starter home. Maybe you're just a small family. You might be needing to downsize. And also consider a lot of these homes here in Michigan, we have basements. So, in addition to this 724 square feet, this is always just what is above ground, but there is also a basement area that may offer you some additional living or entertainment space. So again, look at this bathroom. It's not bad. They've taken the time to do some upgrades, so this might be a good option for someone who doesn't have a huge budget to start with. Up next, we have this $69,000 three-bedroom, one bath for 851 square feet. And again, although in the picture, to me, the roof looks like it might need a little work. That could just be the photo on my end. but I do think that this is a nice option. If you look at the bedroom upstairs, the kitchen doesn't look bad. Even going over here into the hallway, into the bedrooms, this looks like a really good option for $69,000. Moving along to something a little more expensive at $71,000. We've got this 3 bedroom, 1 bath home with 968 square feet. So again, this one looks like here, just from the photo, it may need a roof. That doesn't need a roof tomorrow. You might have 5 more years on that roof. I don't know. This is all of where your inspection will come in. And again, my opinion here is just based on this photo alone. It may be absolutely nothing wrong with this roof. So it's always important to go see it in person, see if it's anything in the description about the property that will give you hints, and then you go from there. This kitchen, you definitely have a nice clean palette to start with. Looks like the doors there on the bottom are either just not closed or not aligned. Again, maybe a quick, simple solution to making that look aesthetically better. Maybe you like some colors to your walls. Once it's yours, hey, you can do what you want to do. And then the bathroom space down here. Again, can you move in? Is it functioning? You can change colors, you can change decor, but another option for you to consider. Up next, we have this one here for $83,000. It's a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 865 square feet. That one looks kind of nice there too. And this brick one here for $99,000. 2 bedroom, 1 bath with 765 square feet. As you can see, we moved up a little bit to the $100,000 price point. We've got a 3 bedroom, 2 bath at 1,100 square feet, and then down below there, you have another one for 100,000, but it is a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,455 square feet. But let's take a look at the inside of this bottom one here. And as you can see, again, it looks like another good option to consider at that 100K price point. You've got the carpet in the bedrooms, and throughout it looks like the kitchen. Although the cabinets are dark, again, maybe your taste may not, easy fix. And the stairwell there, also carpeted area. And the bathroom looks like they've tried to use some of the modern features. So again, at 100K, here's two good options that you may even want to consider if that is your price point. So we are still slightly increasing our price point at now 119,000. We're bringing in a 3 bedroom, 1 bath with 1,353 square feet. But this one here, it also has some really good rooms, but to me, I think there are definitely some work that has to be done to this property. But again, what are we looking at? We're looking at the space. We're looking at, does it function for our family? Does the size work for us? You know, here are a few more pictures of that same property, but I want you to take a look at the middle picture with the paneling. A lot of these older homes had this paneling. It was very popular back in the day, but today not so much. Maybe it's your taste, maybe not. But if this is one of the things you see in a house, again, paneling, first of all, can be removed to expose the original wall. But if you're not quite ready to do that, a simple solution to this is paint. Simply just paint those walls. You may want to scuff them up first, just run a abrasion over them, a scouring pad, wash them down, and then paint them so the paint will adhere very well. I've done this in the past. I've had paneling in my home. I've taken paneling out of projects I've done. And I've also painted, like I said, if I couldn't get it down, then paint is a great solution to paneled walls. Here we have one. Oh, excuse me. Here we have one for 124,900. Also, a 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath home at 1,416 square feet. And I'm going to let you take a few moments to look at some of the interior photos of this property here. Always look at space. Always look at space. Can you correct things? Can you fix things? Can you upgrade things? But for the price of the home and what the value you can increase it to, especially, consider your basement space. Let me know things you would do to this property here. So we just saw quite a few properties that were in that 100,000 range up to the $200,000 range, and we're stopping here at this one for $319,000. Now look at that outside. Isn't that gorgeous? It's looks like there's so much that can happen within this house. But then when you look down at the first picture, you automatically sense we're going to need to do some repairs to this house. But look how many rooms you have. You got a 5 bedroom, 3 full bath, and a half bath with 3,003 square feet. So that's quite a lot of living space for a family, and to turn those rooms into anything you want them to be. But again, as you can see, this house definitely does need some work to it, but oh my God, what a showcase and a masterpiece it can probably become if you just take time to, do one room at a time. And usually you want to make sure at least your bathroom, your kitchen, and then somewhere to sleep. Those are your three functioning rooms first. You can always change out your dining room later, but make sure if you're getting a house and you're going to have to live in it during the repairs, you want to probably start with your main functioning rooms, like your bathrooms, knock those out, your kitchen area, and then possibly at least get your sleeping area decent and comfortable. So when you lay your head after that hard day of renovation, you're getting some sense of peace. So we have really moved up now in our price point. We are at 399,000 and above. So, for those of you who have quite a larger budget to work with, here are some properties that you probably will be interested in. A lot of these definitely are in that Sherwood Forest area. So, that is a very good established neighborhood to move into, and really great value in those homes over there. So, we're going to take a look. We've got the one at the bottom for 400,000, and then we move over here to next one, and it is for $499,000. We can even go a little higher than that. They've got one for 549,500, and this beauty features 6 bedrooms, 3 full, 2 half baths, and 3,500 square feet. That does not, remember, include any basement space to this property. So I'm going to give you a moment to take a look at some photos of the inside of this property here, and then a couple more. And then we're going to land at our most expensive property and come back and talk a little more. Homes air. Here is some of the interior of that 549.5 home. Again, they've put some love and care in here, but doesn't mean it's your taste because it was theirs. But again, Sherwood Forest area, and we've got a few more in the Sherwood Forest area that you're going to take a look at. And I hope you've enjoyed these. And we're going to end it up with that highest price property. And we're going to take a look inside of that as well. Now we finally made it over here to the most expensive property in the 48221 zip code. Take a look at these photos. Let me know what you think and definitely comment down below. All right, you all. I hope you enjoyed that Market Monday for today. That 48221 zip code has tons to offer. So if you want to see any of those homes, give me a call. Let's go see them. Let's tour them. They're beautiful. The weather's getting ready to get better, so let's get out. Let's get in this zip code. Feel free to comment. Let me know if it's a zip code you want me to highlight. But yeah, let's do this. Beautiful homes out there. Let's get some of them.